Hello everyone, Don here from Orbital. So we are going to walk you through how to install the orange body in an aesthetically beautiful way. So you need the mouse, you need the screwdriver of these sizes, and a tweezer. Tweezer is super useful. So the first thing you do is you remove the back hump and all the side pieces from the mouse. This is to let you open the mouse easily. Make sure the switch is off, and then you have to remove the rail. The rail is what locks everything in. You just use the PH00 Phillips screwdriver to unscrew it. And remember, when we build the mouse, we design the mouse, we make sure that all the pieces are almost snap fit, so do not over tight on anything. Remove all the components, and please be careful with the spring because it can get lost easily. Putting it on the spacer, on the trigger, is the best way. Next is removing the core very carefully because there's a little lock that connects the upper and lower body. Then we remove the M1 and M2 in order to install onto the orange body. It's very simple. I know you guys can do this without the audio, but just in case it is boring, this is why there's an audio track. So yes, remove them, just wiggle, remove the screw, wiggle, remove it out, and you set it aside. And here is the mouse with the PCB in all its glory. Next thing we'll do is we remove the front stabilizer. The stabilizer is also part of our click mechanism, by the way. So you just remove the stabilizer, and remember, when you unscrew or screw in, do not over tighten, do not use excessive force. There are 3 screws locking the battery basket to the body. Some people try to remove the PCB connector first. There's no need because you can just remove the screws and lift everything out. That is an easier way. Just remember that on one screw there's an FPC, so be careful. You can simply lift it up once you released all the 3 screws, and then we remove the DPI and power button out of the mouse. Remember, the mouse is in power off mode. Don't forget to remove the LED LED pipe, and now you just remove the remaining springs and fangs. This spring can also be lost as well. That's why we give you an extra in the box, but just in case. This kind of video looks better when we have more production value, right? Okay, and now we have in front of us the Helium orange body with art by Furio Tadashi himself. Now you remove the gunmetal scroll wheel, which is magnesium alloy. Actually, all Orbital scroll wheels are magnesium alloy, even the stock one, and the beautiful Helium orange body and core. Inside the new Frontier box are the spare parts, just in case you lost something during the assembly process. So we have some extra spring and also extra screw for you. Set it aside if you are lucky and didn't lose anything by this point yet. Now the first thing we do is reinstall M1 M2 onto the orange core. The pieces should almost snap fit into the core, so it's easy. But what we want you to be careful is when you screw in this small screw. Remember, the one that is used for this M1 M2 is stubby looking. So when you do this, do it straight, and when you do it in a careful way so that it goes in and out, so that it will make the pieces flush with each other, and you will have the best possible click experience. You see, we show you here again, straight down, in and out, and never over tighten. And here we are install M1 M2, it have to be flush with the core and it should not be wiggling. So now we set it aside, and the next thing we do is we reinstall all the mechanism and also the LED pipe first, because that is the lowest level of the mouse, and then the switch. Now it can only face one way, so please remember that you should see the thicker side without the holes facing to the left of the mouse. Next, you put in the fangs. The fangs are also unique. You cannot put it in correctly, but a tweezer will also help you a lot to put it in the slot in a precise way. So now all the parts are in. You just have to install the spring. Use the tweezer and press it in so the spring becomes a bit smaller, and then simply place it in the middle. These springs are specially made, by the way, because we want the exact size and also the exact strength for the modular mechanism to feel good. So now, as you can see, mechanism are installed, the switch and the DPI buttons are installed. Now we want to show you this part because, okay, before that we need to install the scroll wheel. Simply pull it out, but when you push it in, do not push in too hard. Similar to how you screw the M1 M2, you in and out, make sure it's straight and in the middle. Now this next part, we need to show you that the switch have to be off, and also the plastic switch need to be in an off position in order for all the parts to come down snugly on each other, because if the switch is not in the off position, it will be hitting the switch on the PCB instead. So you need to push everything to the off position. See, this is apropos of nothing stream of thought commentary. And then you just put everything back in again. Remember that this particular part has an FPC running across, so be extra careful. And when you screw it in, just screw it until you feel resistance, and then the parts will almost fit into each other. Do not over tighten. Make sure that when you turn it switch on and off, the lights come on. That means everything is ready, and then you tighten it just a bit further so that everything is in place. And again, in and out, in and out. There's some dead air here because I don't know what to say. It's very simple and you can do it in 5 to 7 minutes. And here we are just making sure that you screw it in an in and out way. Another benefit of in and out is that you help the screw comes down more directly, and you check here everything is aligned. We install the stabilizer. Here also, do not over tighten, just screw it so that you feel a little bit of resistance and everything is in place. So when it's in, the stabilizer should be level to the core body, just like how we show you. And as you can see here, in and out carefully, and do not over tighten. So if you feel like there's some wiggle like that, you have to screw it in just a bit more until there's no movement. Yes. It's easier when the designer is doing all the assembly himself, but we also design it in a way that you can do it easily, just like a figure model. Alright, so now is the last part. You just hook the M1 MM2 onto the stabilizer and then push down so that the two halves of top and bottom comes together. it has to come together, the seam has to connect. So just make sure that this is the case. As of note, we did not try to copy the iPhone. We have been thinking about the orange color for a year. Okay, so just install the rail back, and this is the last step. Just remember to install the spring, and also when you install this Fang here, there's only one side to put it in. It's very easy, there's a guide. So just reinstall the rail, and again, in and out, do not over tighten. And the Alien Orange body is open for business. You can test if the mechanism is working well by just pushing the parts back in, and now it's transparent, so it's very helpful. And you can appreciate our honeycomb weight reduction design much better as well. Okay, so now the mouse is back in shape and we are in business. Thank you for watching with this video. We hope you can successfully install the orange body. If you have any questions, just join our Discord or send us an email. We are happy to assist you. Thank you.